about how to formulate this, and remember that as a tip to as a hint to you, write all these coordinates yb xb yb in the vectors that you will avoid you can avoid mistakes. Now, so we get this equation here. P is known, and we want to know Q, right? P is known and we want to know Q. And to go on, how do we work on this? Let's look at the figure. Let's look at the free body diagram on the right. So assume this can move in x direction. So for P, and we have P here and we have Q here. And this is P, this is fixed. So we assume the original shape is this one, and we assume a small displacement in small rotation theta here. Okay, we assume a small rotation theta here, and it becomes this one. We assume a small, the original shape is this one, and then we have a small displacement here. So we have a small displacement in y direction, and we have a small displacement in x direction. Okay. So I'm not sure, but it's shown in here that this is our new structure. So we have we turn it by a small angle delta theta. So we have it goes from C to C prime and B to B prime. Okay. Now, so this is what happens for the structure. Now, and on mathematics, of course, for the original structure that we have L and L here. So you know the distance here, right? What's the distance here? This is L and this is L. So this one is, how long is this one? This is L sine theta. So this one OB is, or AB is 2L sine theta. And how about C? C is, this one is L sine theta, and this is L cosine theta, right? So on OB is, I've given this to you, 2L sine theta I plus 0J. And for OC, it is L sine theta I plus L cosine theta J. Sorry, I should give you more space to write on. And it's okay. And the next thing is, XB and XC. Of course, this one is in X direction, and this one is Y direction, and this one X and this Y. So XB is equal to 2L sine theta I, and XC. Sorry, I've got it. Oops. Give me a minute. Oops. What happens here? Good. Okay. Now let's go back here. Go back to here. Now, so sorry. Then we have YC. Sorry, I should talk about YC. YC is equal to L cosine theta, right? L cosine theta J. Sorry, that's L cosine theta J. Now, how should we work on here? Because here we have delta xp. This delta xp is because of that delta theta. Now, delta xp, and let's talk about the figure. So we have a delta theta that leads to delta xp and delta yc, right? And this is small, right? If we have a small delta theta, and then it leads to leads to means 导致 It leads to delta xp and delta yc. Remember, this delta theta is small. So how should we work on it? We use something called I think you have learned this in calculus. Let me write this down, and you can take your time. And we call implicit function 隐函数。有学过吗？有听过吗？有。So if we use implicit function, so we have small delta beta that leads to small delta b and small delta yc, and we use implicit function. So what is delta xp? We use the concept of implicit function that we have delta xp is equal to 2L cosine theta delta theta I. And the problem with that? 跟你学过的一样嘛。And delta yc is equal to L minus L sine theta delta theta J. It's okay. So we get this from implicit function, and we take the derivative of xp on theta. So we have this one, and sine theta is equal to cosine theta d theta. Give me 3 more minutes. And yc is equal to this one, so we take implicit function derivative, and dyc is equal to negative L sine theta, and then delta d theta j. And now we have these two. Now we have these two equations, so we put them back to here. Okay, we have this and this, we put them back to here, and so we have this equation. Okay, so we have this equation. So we have this equation, and we have remember Q is in the direction of minus I, and P is the direction of negative J. So for here, that's negative I dot I is equal to what? Minus I dot I is equal to negative 1, minus 1. And here the same, negative J times dot J is equal to minus 1. Okay? So we have this, the rest should be easy to you, and we get the result as here. The result should be easy to you.